Next on Newsmax Prime, an Egypt air flight falls out of the sky and suspicions of a terror attack fill the airwaves. We'll have the latest. Then a prominent social conservative meets with Donald Trump. Does it turn out to be anything more than just a social call? And speaking of calls, we welcome yours. Your comments, your questions, your concerns. All a part of Newsmax Prime starting right now. Good evening and welcome to Newsmax Prime. I'm J.D. Hayworth. Of prime interest tonight, Egypt Air Flight 804. What was its fate? How will it affect our future? And why do those responsible for protecting America respond at a glacial pace? Here's the way I see it. Whatever happened to Egypt Air 804, it's altogether understandable that we suspect terrorism. A return flight from Paris to Cairo on a plane that made a previous round trip from Cairo to Tunisia? Consider the neighborhood, or more accurately, those destinations. Moreover, 1 week ago, French intelligence warned that ISIS was planning a new form of attack. And among the 66 on board, 3 air marshals. Might they have been transporting or following a person of interest? Obviously, there are more questions than answers at this point, but it is not irresponsible to point to a probable act of terror. That's what Donald Trump did this morning just before 6:30 on the East Coast when he began a tweet with these words. Looks like yet another terrorist attack. For most of the morning, Trump was assailed in the leftist media for jumping to conclusions. Of course, that conveniently ignored the fact that Hillary Clinton said basically the same thing a half hour later on CNN. So, the double standard is still alive when it comes to press coverage. Paint the Republican as reckless, champion the Democrat as responsible. Of course, that's been standard operating procedure for at least the past half century. It was said of Barry Goldwater that his motto was ready, fire, aim. And remember, Ronald Reagan was supposed to be a cowboy with an itchy finger on the nuclear trigger? What's far more unfortunate and dangerous is that now, almost 15 years after the 9/11 attacks, we have a commander-in-chief who called what happened at Fort Hood workplace violence, who has banished from his syntax the phrase Islamic terror, and who equates moving slowly with somehow acting responsibly. That's the way I see it.